Okay, so today is an incredibly special day, and I don't know if you are aware of this. I don't know if you've been keeping track, but today is a day like no other in the Tomorrow's Leader world. And that is because today, what you are listening to right this moment, wherever you may be, and this may be your first episode, maybe it's your 10th, maybe it's your 100th. And some of you, maybe it is your 300th episode because you have been a faithful follower since the beginning. And yes, today, this is the 300th episode of Tomorrow's Leader. Wow. I got to say, I am proud. I'm pumped. That's awesome. I mean, you realize how many, first of all, I got to look up the stat, but something like 98% of podcasts only last 2 months or less. I started this thing 2.5 years ago. So this was back in the beginning of 2020. Here we are in July, almost August of 2022. So more than 2.5 years ago. And I will tell you, I mean, this is really cool getting to this point. I know when I started this thing, I had no idea where it would go. To be honest with you, I didn't even know what the purpose of it was. And I really mean that. It was really just to create content and share ideas and interview people and learn from great leaders and have connect with great, interesting people. But I had no idea where this would go. And to be honest with you, I still don't. I mean, I still think about what's this going to look like 3, 4, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And I will tell you, the one thing I know is I am not going to stop. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep going and keep going. And that is the really cool thing. I think back, and I will tell you, in 2.5 years, I have not skipped a week. We've not missed a week of Tomorrow's Leader. And the goal has always been to put out ideally 3 episodes. Sometimes it's been tough, a week, which is a lot. You think about that. 1 guest episode, 2 solo episodes, that's a lot. I mean, for somebody, if somebody was a full-time podcaster, okay, yeah, you can do that. Podcasting is one of many, many things I do, and working with clients and full-time responsibilities and all kinds of stuff going on. This is, right now it is 11 o'clock at night. It's 10:47 on a Thursday evening. And I'm doing this because I love it. Honestly, I love it. But here's the interesting thing. As much as I love it, there are tough times. I mean, there are weeks where I'm slam busy. I'm tired. There's weeks, I've had COVID like many of you out there. Stuff's going on. I'm just not feeling it. I don't have my A game, whatever the case may be. And I will tell you, there's been days and weeks where I have thought like, okay, is this really worth it? Like, okay, do I keep going? I mean, especially in the early parts of this. I mean, I had no idea. I mean, is anybody going to listen? I really have no idea. I'm talking into a camera and speaking into a microphone, and it's a whole lot different than speaking to a live audience where you can get immediate visual and nonverbal feedback. Here you have no idea. Combined with the fact that tracking your audience and your statistics is not the easiest thing in the world. Strangely, it should be a lot easier. But, it's really kind of interesting. It's a whole new world. It's a whole new world. Okay, all right, shut up. But seriously, though, it literally is this just uncharted territory for me. Now it's not. Now I feel like this is my thing. Like this is my comfort zone. I get in here and I feel at home. I feel like this is natural, and it's become easier and easier and easier for me to keep going. And the tough parts are still ahead of me, I know, but the most difficult but tough parts are behind me. The days where I really truly thought about, okay, do I just stop? Because it's time consuming. Is it really working? Is it doing anything? Is it providing value? And you know what would be interesting? It would be one of those days where I'd get a listener who would send me a note or give me a call and say, hey, you know what? I got to let you know, I really love your podcasts. I listen all the time and I look forward to them. And I'd be like, wow, really? That's awesome. That's amazing to hear. So I cannot tell you how much your feedback to me matters. It matters so much to me that you're listening and that you get value out of this. And I really mean it. I love to hear that. So please let me know, especially if there's certain episodes. Give reviews, please. By the way, this is my quick little pitch. Please give reviews. The more reviews you give, go on Apple Podcast, go down below all the way to the bottom, and you'll see a place to give reviews. And go down below, give a 5-star review. Give whatever review you want. I'm not going to influence you. But that propels it and gets it to larger audiences. So I greatly, if you're wondering, hey, how can I give back? I've loved and enjoyed these podcasts. How can I give back to John? That's how you can do it. Go down and review and share it with people that you think could benefit. But I will tell you, it's been amazing, right? I mean, 300 episodes. I think about, and many people have asked me, somebody was asking me recently, how do you think of topics? Well, honestly, I talk to CEOs and doing these podcasts. I talk to CEOs all the time and business leaders and leaders of organizations and people up and coming in leadership and just asking them questions. Hey, what's going on? What keeps you up at night? What's the thing that you're concerned about? What have you figured out? What's your big aha moment? All that's really cool stuff. And that's how I build content. And that's how I also continue to learn. You never stop learning leadership. I'm always learning. I'm learning from people like, wow, hey, that's a really unique approach or thought or spin on that, or how you handle that. I love that, and that's something I can use and transfer and share to another client or bring to the audience here. So it's just really, really cool stuff. But, the theme of this is consistency. It's the easiest thing in the world for anybody to do is quit. Honestly, the easiest thing we ever can do anytime we're doing anything is just to stop. I mean, it's the easiest thing we can do. If I'm starting a workout regime, I'm doing my workouts, all of a sudden I just decide, hey, I want to stop. Hey, it's the easiest thing in the world to stop. You just don't do anything. If I'm on a diet and I'm really working hard at it and all of a sudden I realize I hate it, it's so easy to stop. And it's enjoyable to stop, right? We get to rest. We get to eat what we want. Whatever. We stop doing stuff because it's a path of least resistance. It's so easy. It's like a magnetic pull to quit. And you just have to fight that. And you have to keep going. And what I will tell you, and I don't care what it is, I think so many times people don't realize the power of consistency. If I want to go to the gym, it's not, if I go to the gym for 8 hours once a week, that's not going to do anything. It's really not. Maybe a tiny, tiny little bit. But if I go 30 minutes every day, that's going to do a lot. It's not about just doing a bunch at once. It's consistency. And if you stick to that consistency over time, it honestly doesn't take a lot to make a massive difference. So my challenge to you is think about something in your life, some area of your life. And I want to challenge you to play a game. And that game is to think about something that you've wanted to do. And I don't care what it is. Everybody has New Year's resolutions, and vast majority of those New Year's resolutions never get filled. And why wait to New Year's? New Year's resolution is kind of a lame reason. It's the flip of a new year to start a new, turn a new leaf, start something new, hit the reset button, whatever. Why not now? All right, you're listening to this. It's early August, whatever it is. Why not now? Start something. And whatever that is, if you're thinking about developing a new hobby, or you're saying, you know what, I got to do a morning routine. I don't have one. Start one. If you're saying to yourself, I got to do a daily journal. I've just been wanting to do that. Do it. Start it. If you've been saying, hey, you know what, I want to take photography classes. I really wanted to do that. I've been talking about it forever. Start it. Do something. Start it today and don't stop. Just keep going. And think about something you can do, even just a little bit. I don't care if it's reading and you're not been a good reader, you want to read more. You don't have to read, 3 chapters a day. You can read 1 page a day. And now you're in the habit of reading. Literally, how long does it take you to read 1 page? 1 page a day. Just get in the habit of doing that, and it creates this consistency, and it creates this not having to think. It ingrains it. It wires it into you. It's muscle memory. You don't even have to think about it. It's just, hey, okay, it's just what I do. I don't have to think too much about doing podcasts. It's almost like it just bubbles up in my mind, and it's kind of in the back of my mind as I'm going through my week. I'm keeping notes and thoughts and tabs, and I'm writing stuff down. I'm putting it in my phone because it's important to me, and I've been consistent enough. It's ingrained in the whole rhythm of my week. I'm talking to somebody. I'm thinking about podcasts. The people around me in my circle know I'm always looking for ideas, and they're like, hey, you got to do a podcast on this. You got to do a podcast on that. You got to do a podcast on this. And they'll come up to me with stories and things that have happened to them, and I'll use it in a podcast. That's kind of cool. So I've got my circle that's helping me be consistent and helping to make this even better and better. So think about that. The power of consistency is unbelievable. And I just want you to think about something. I don't care. Hey, listen, if you want to have a different, become a different person, there's things you can do to start becoming a different person. I mean, give a stranger a compliment every day. Meet somebody new every day, whatever it is, but challenge yourself. If you're like me and you struggle with drinking water, then figure out what you got to do. I got this big jug here. Look at this thing. It's a 50-ounce jug. I got to keep it near me. And it's pink because, and thank you, Ed Forst, CEO of Lincoln, who told me about Nun tablets. I think it's called Nun, N-U-N-N. I think it's what it is, that actually makes water, gives you extra electrolytes, makes it taste better. I hate water. He and I were talking about this. He's like, hey, try this stuff. I tried it. It's actually, now I drink more water, actually, because I put these little tablets in there. It's actually pretty cool. So anyways, thank you, Ed. But, think about all the things that you can do that just a little tiny step every single day will make this dramatic difference. I don't care if it's physical, mental, spiritual, health, relationship, knowledge, whatever it is. Just do something every day. So that's my challenge. See how many days in a row you can do your new thing. And before you know it, and let me know how long it takes you before you don't even really have to think about it. And I'm not telling you, don't do anything big. Don't think about, hey, I'm gonna run, 8 miles every single day and see how many days. I mean, literally. Say I'm gonna run down the block every day, whatever. I'm gonna break a sweat every day, whatever you want to do, anything that will help develop consistency. Okay, that's my challenge to you. That's the message of today's podcast, number 300. And I'm looking forward to the time where this is 3,000. And I mean it, honestly. I'm just going to keep going. And you know what's the cool thing? I have no idea where this is going to go. I really don't. People say, what's your vision with the podcast? When I started, my vision was different. It was, hey, I'm gonna be. This is going to be my main thing. I'm going to make money and revenue off it. You know what? That's not my vision with this. Now, maybe it turns into something huge, and I think it can. We're in 91 countries right now. We just went from 90 to 91. It was only months ago we were in 70 countries. So this thing's getting around the world. That's really cool. More and more listeners every single day. That's what I love about this thing. And these are here for life. They're not going anywhere. These 300 episodes, it can be 10 years from now. You can still access these things. So it's kind of cool. So, 2.5 years ago, I started a new chapter in my life that this is a part of it. And it's now so much easier to be consistent. It's not easy, but it's easier because cranking out 3 episodes a week is not easy. And especially next week, I'm on vacation, which I'm super excited about, the beach with my family. And, I'm not going to be doing podcasts here. So that's part of why I'm here at 11 o'clock at night, cranking them out. So you get to listen to them. And I don't have to worry about having a gap. You get some consistency while I'm taking a little break. But, okay, that's all I got for you today. It's all about consistency. Thank you for being loyal listeners. I'm so excited about this. What a cool thing. What a cool accomplishment. And I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you. Thanks, everybody. As always, like, share, subscribe, go down below, give 5-star review, and we'll see you next time. Bye.